My journey will take me right across North Yorkshire, starting at Holgate Windmill, on the outskirts of York. We're looking at how heritage grains grown here in Yorkshire are helping to bridge tradition with innovation. I'll be seeing how dedicated volunteers...
Well, that's the devil in windmilling. It's always a battle against the rain and the weather.
...and knowledgeable experts.
This is called a spirit thief.
Spirit thief, I like that. And that's thanks to NASA.
Thanks to NASA.
Are using heritage grains.
If you lift that, that's it.
Oh, there we go. What a wonderful sound. To create a feast for the senses.
You get this gorgeous
What
whiskey.
a wonderful smell. This is delicious, it's wonderful. We'll also be looking back through the archives.
Oh!
At the traditional skills.
It worked! Yes!
And time-honoured crafts.
Smells like I'm inside a barbecue. It's making me a little bit hungry.
That have shaped the heart of rural life.
I'll be honest, you've inspired me.
Really?
That's not what I was expecting to be behind that door. Oh, it's so beautiful, isn't it?
This is 18th century engineering with real staying power. Holgate Windmill. It's still going strong, driven by Yorkshire grit and Yorkshire grains. It's the oldest five-sailed windmill in the country. Built in 1770 in the open countryside overlooking the hamlet of Holgate. But as the world and the community around it has grown, it now finds itself in a curious position, marooned on a traffic island in the middle of a housing estate. The windmill remained in operation until 1933, but it was then abandoned and left to rot. But 13 years ago, a band of committed volunteers stepped in to bring it back to life. I'm heading up to the top of the windmill, where I'm told I'll find head of milling, Jenny Hartland. Oh, that's quite a climb.
You don't need to go to a gym when you work in a windmill. Welcome.
Well,
welcome.
thank you. Do you need a hand?
You can help me get some grain going down the mill.
Jenny and the team of volunteers mill several grains here. Wheat, rye, and today's locally sourced grain of choice, spelt.
This is the top of the chute that
Right.
goes all the way down 2 floors to the stones.
Yeah.
I put a cradle there, and then would you like to help me just lift that onto it?
Right.
And then we just pour it fairly steadily down the hole.
So, Jenny, what made you become a miller, of all things?
Well, I had been involved in the restoration and we had reached the end. We turned it into a working mill and that was the next step. How could I just walk away from it when we created this wonderful machine?
Yeah,
So
and
I
it's
learned to
working
work it.
commercially now, isn't it?
Yes, yes. And this will be going to a bakery just down the road.
And what does it mean to you to have this beautiful old building working functionally now?
I think it's glorious to think that you can do the whole thing by wind power and gravity. 2 free energy sources. It's also a machine that you can stand inside and see how it works. Modern machinery is sealed units with microchips inside, but here people can see a serious machine working.
Well, the number of times when I'm filming that I really wish the wind would stop, but today it's the opposite.
You've got a beautiful blue sky, but no wind. This is a jolly useful way of demonstrating how it works when there isn't any wind for it to turn. A good old-fashioned egg beater.
Yeah.
If you look at this and imagine that my hands are the sails turning it,
Oh, yeah.
it turns an enormous wheel, which is up above us in the cap.
Right.
That then starts turning smaller cogwheels. The one in the mill is called the wallower.
Oh, that's a wonderful
isn't
word.
It a wonderful?
Wallower.
There's so much. That's the point at which the power changes from being horizontal coming in from the sails, power down the mill, and at the bottom, imagine some millstones.
Well, to see the next stage, we simply follow the grain and gravity down. So what have we got on this floor, then?
We've got 4 sets of millstones, which is a lot for a small mill like this.
And the grains that we just put in...
Are going to come down that
out
chute
here.
and into here. Into
what do I
this
do?
Hopper. If you lift that sliding gate, that's it. You'll start.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
What a wonderful sound.
Underneath, what you've got is the shoe. When we come to mill, it will start spilling out at the front into the eye of the stone.
Where is the other stone that it turns on?
Underneath, inside.
There's another stone down
there's
there.
There's another stone,
Yeah.
yes, set at the bottom.
And this one revolves,
Yes,
and the other one doesn't.
exactly. A lot of people think that you're crushing the grain. You're not. It's cutting it. It's got cutting edges into the face of the stones.
Right.
So that it's crisscrossing all the time, and the grain is passing between the stones, and by the time it gets out to the edge, it's turned into flour.
And this very sophisticated system, really, goes back centuries, many, many centuries.
It does indeed. We think windmills were first developed in the Middle East, and it's very possible that the Crusaders brought back the idea of windmills to this country, because we didn't have windmills until about the 13th, 14th century. Before that, it was all water mills or horse mills. Every community had to have its way of producing flour for its bread.
On still days like today, there needs to be a backup plan to see this impressive feat of engineering in action.
It sounds like cheating. We have a very modern little electric motor set under this set of stones, but it replaced a motor that was there in about 1900, and that replaced a steam engine. There's always been a problem with having enough wind to power this mill.
How often do you have to use the motor?
Too often. Whenever we haven't got a wind of 15 miles an hour.
That's very impressive.
We have a lovely little story that comes from our archives, and it was the miller at this mill in the 1830s who was taken to court for milling on a Sunday. But he decided to defend himself, and he said, "We have had no wind for 2 months, and there are people going hungry." And I'm glad to say he was acquitted. It wasn't an awful lot longer after that they built the steam engine and put in the backup.
To see the finished product, it's back to the ground floor of the mill, known as the meal floor. The wheels are turning.
They are. And if you put your hand in,
Put my hand in here.
put your hand in, see if you can gather a little in your palm.
Yeah, I've got some there.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Now, how do you know that that's good?
Well, put your thumb in it, see if it feels soft and fine.
Oh, yes, it does.
And then if you close your palm up,
What?
and then open it again, see if it has made peaks in the flour. And it
Oh,
has.
yes, it has, yeah.
It clumped
So
and made peaks.
That's passed the test, then, has
That's
it?
passed the test, yes.
This is Holgate Mill's finest.
Indeed it is, yes.
For centuries, rural life has been shaped by the skills and crafts people have created from the land around them. From spinning wool to what should be spinning sails. It's that blend of old skills and nature's gifts that keeps Yorkshire's heritage alive. And Holgate Windmill is one of the finest examples. But it wasn't always that way. Steve Potts not only mills here, but he also played a key role in its restoration. Well, Steve, what we've got here is a piece of heritage saved by the local community, isn't it?
Yeah, you're quite right, yeah. I mean, it's a potted history of Holgate, 1770, so it's a very early windmill, all the way through to when it stopped working. The council basically locked the door and threw away the key, and it stayed as it was for 80 years.
And at the time it became derelict, all these houses were built all around it.
That's right. The road was in the 1930s and then the houses in the 30s and the 40s, which is why we've got this really strange windmill in the middle of a roundabout. So it is a bit of an oddity. It won the best windmill on a roundabout competition, I think, in 2013. So that's a bit of an unusual one.
And how difficult was it to put it back in the way it used to be?
Well, everything that we wanted to use was here, apart from the sails and the cap. All the machinery was inside, most of it, because it hadn't been pinched, because it had been locked up. So in some ways it benefited from being ignored for 70 years. The cap and the sails were all new, so a huge amount of work, and the tower was all restored and repaired, windows are all new. So most of what you see is a modern addition, but the traditional castings and cast iron are all here.
Holgate is fully restored and it's in working order. Is that it for you now?
No, I'm afraid not. I mean, it started working in 2012 and we've really been doing repairs ever since. Particularly the sails and the woodwork, they're open to the weather all the time and they always get damaged. And we're about to repaint the sails, which will cost us about £15,000. So we keep on our regular maintenance as much as we can. And this week we were just doing some repairs to the sails themselves. So I can just show you on this one. This is a fitting piece. And this is what the shutters themselves go into. And as you can see, it's quite badly rotten.
Oh, yeah, all around there. Yeah. It's really going, isn't it?
It's just the weather. The rain gets in. The sails, you see, are always pointing into the wind if it's working properly.
Of course,
So, of course, they're always getting the weather. Well, that's the devil in windmilling. It's always a battle against the rain and the weather. That's why it's important to use it, because if it's turning, it gets less rot and less damaged, it gets more air. Using it is, like any machine, is the key to keeping it working.
And it must be very satisfying working and producing flour.
Yeah, that was our key mission statement when we started, to restore Holgate Windmill to grind flour. We wouldn't have done it without that, because this is one of only a handful of mills now in the country that are working, and it's really important that we use it, because millwrighting is a lost art, milling is an art that's disappearing. You know, we might restore the building, but we won't have the skills to use it, which is a no-win situation, really, so that's important to us.
And is there a good market for your flour?
There is, very good market. We now do 150 kilos, and we sell it to local shops. Quite a few people come into the shop and buy it here, so we're always busy, and it goes towards fundraising to maintain the mill.
It's fantastic to see how the locals have come together to save this great example of Yorkshire heritage. And now the flour it produces is put to good use in the community, in bakeries and schools. Just before I leave the mill, local baker and windmill volunteer Mike Thompson has arrived with some freshly baked bread. Well, Mike, you've made these loaves, haven't you, from heritage grains here from the mill. Why is that important to you?
It's important to keep natural bread, which is nicer than supermarket bread, and is very popular. It's good for the farmers too.
Good all round, really.
Good all round for everybody, really.
Dying to have a taste of this. And I suppose they are a little bit more expensive, aren't they, heritage
They
loaves?
are a bit more expensive, but it's worth it. But
you can taste the difference, can't you?
you can. You
This is
can.
lovely. This is delicious. It's wonderful. Traditional industries like milling were once the cornerstone of rural life.